This is probably my most requested eyeshadow tutorial of all time. Hello friends, hello wonderful people, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kate and I'm a professional makeup artist based in England. So today we're going to do a full in-depth eyeshadow tutorial of this look. This is a look that I do frequently on myself, but it's also very popular because some of you guys might have seen it's the same look that I did on Chris for two of the Motionless In White headline shows in Birmingham and London last week. Hello everyone! I knew I was going to have a bunch of questions about how I did this makeup, so instead of just replying to everyone's comments, I thought let's just film a tutorial because we've got to give the people what they want, right? I'm going to go in with some of the Kaleidos Tone Activator on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use my finger as best as I can, but these nails make it a bit difficult. I'm just going to start applying this all over the lid, and I'm making sure to drag this out onto my temple as well, because I like to drag my eyeshadow out quite far. I have done this look a few times now on myself and obviously on other people. I do switch the products out, but I'm going to go in with what I used last week, which was the Melt Smoke Sessions palette. This is the Smoke Sessions 2 palette actually, and it is gorgeous. I mean, I love purple so much anyway, but I'm going to start off with Purple Skunk, which is almost the more like neutral shade of the palette. So it's this one here, and I'm just going to start building this up in the crease. This is an R104 brush from What's Up Beauty, big fluffy brush. Load in a load of product and then just start focusing it kind of in the crease and up towards the socket line. And this is just going to be my transition shade. I'm pretty sure the brush that I'm using has glitter on it, so we're going to ignore that, it's fine. And whatever's left on the brush, kind of just use it to blend out and diffuse the edges. So I like to bring it right into this inner corner in the socket line and really push that product in there. Like I've said this in one of my previous videos, I like the eyes to look really sunken in, which I know isn't everyone's vibe, but it is my vibe. So really focusing that product there, and then you can almost kind of like bring it into like your nose contour. Because the shade that I'm using is a little bit more muted, it's really easy to sort of blend into my blush. While I'm here with this shade, I'm going to just do the exact same underneath, just drag it out really, really low. As I've said many times before, the lower you bring your eyeshadow, the more it disguises your creases. So, damn, Daniel. We're going to go into Black Roses, which is this shade here. I'm taking a slightly smaller brush. This is a R102 from What's Up Beauty. It's pretty much the same shape as the first brush I used, it's just a bit smaller. We're going to start bringing this into the crease. We want to add loads of depth because I am going to go in with black on my lid. So we just want to make sure that everything blends really nicely and seamlessly. So I'm also going to just take the same brush and kind of just dip into a bit of Purple Punch because I want it to be deeper. And again, we're just focusing this right into the crease. So I'm not bringing it as high as the first shade. This is more like directly into the crease. And then I'm not really bothered about what's going on my lid because we're going to go in with a darker shade there anyway. I always keep my first brush on hand just to blend out the edges because sometimes you might go a little bit too high or a little bit too heavy with the darker shade, so this is just going to help keep everything really nice and blended. I'm going to take Purple Punch, which is the darker shade, this one, and I'm just going to use the same brush, so the R102, the same one that I've been using, underneath the lower lash line. The shimmers are my favourite step of the makeup, but instead of going straight in with the shimmer, I'm going to go in with a black base rather than just over the lid. So I'm going to take the Melt It Liquid eyeshadows. This is the shade Nightswim. Go in with like a dot, literally that much. These liquid shadows are amazing and and I feel like I need to do a whole other video on these alone because you can get the quickest smoky eye ever. You can literally see how easy this is to apply. It blends out like a dream, it sets down, like it's just, these are so good. I just feel like they deserve a whole video of their own. Please let me know if you'd like to see a video on these liquid eyeshadows because like that is the easiest mess-free black smoky eye situation that I think you're ever going to get. This is my own personal product. I can't use this on other people because obviously I've used it on myself. So when I did Chris's makeup, I used the Danessa Myricks Colour Fix in Blackout, which is another amazing product. But I do think I want to add some of these to my kit because I just love them so much. And to line my eyes, I'm going to take the Melt Slick Waterline Pencil in Black Onyx. I go through these like no tomorrow. They are the creamiest, just like most blendable pencil ever. And it is so black. So good for the waterline, right into the root of my lashes as well, just because we want to keep the impact there. If there's any gaps where you can kind of see your skin colour, it just sort of ruins the whole thing. So also going to push that right into my tight line, because again, if you've got a gap where you can see skin colour underneath your lashes, it just isn't, it doesn't give as much impact. Using the same brush that I used to blend out the liquid eyeshadow, just to kind of like blend that out as well. Same with the bottom lash line. This is very much giving Tiffany Valentine right now, and I love that. But you can really see the difference between the two sides. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is fine, but this is just like... So going back into smoke sessions, we're going to take some of Purple God, which is this darker purple shimmer. I'm just using a PC38 from Peaches and Cream. So this is like a small dense brush because I want to be quite specific where I'm placing the colour. So I'm just going to start packing this into the centre of the lid. And you can just see how having the black underneath just makes the shimmer pop. Going back in with our 102 from What's Up Beauty, which had those darker transition shades, and just diffusing the edges, just so it's not like a blob on my lid, because we are going to go in and layer a couple of different things. Same pencil brush, I'm going to go into Northern Lights, which is this purple here. Has a tiny bit of blue sparkle to it, so we're just going to go straight over the top again. If you haven't learnt by now, I love to layer products, whether it's base products, eye products. I love layers. Layers are the best. Layers, layers, layers. I'm just going to add those two shades on the lower lash line. Now, I don't always do this. Sometimes I just leave it black, but I love a halo eye. So just adding that bit of shimmer there, I think just ties everything together really nicely. Absolute star of the show of this makeup is the Jolie Beauty liquid eyeshadow in the shade Alchemy. I can never get it the right way around. So I feel like anytime I use a Jolie Beauty shimmer, whether it's one of the chameleon pots, one of the liquid shadows, it breaks the internet. Like, people are like, what is the purple sparkle? What is the shimmer? What is this? It's this. I always use these on the back of a clean hand just for hygiene reasons, so then I can use them on other people as well. But this is the guy. Like, it is the most gorgeous holographic purple. I am so happy I'm getting this shift on camera, because usually I really struggle, so you can see how the colour shifts. So it works so beautifully. I go in with the PC38 again. This is just a clean one, and I'm just going to scoop some up. And then we're going to focus this right in the centre of where the shimmery purple is. So not all over, just right in the very, very centre. And I'm just stippling this on. And I can always go in and build up and add more if I need to. I've just added a little bit more right to the centre again. So you can see between the two sides, like, both are really pretty, but this just has that extra bit of pizzazz. Add a tiny bit underneath the lower lash line, just right in the centre. On both sides. And can we just appreciate the shift? Like, these products make me scream internally. I would scream out loud, but I don't want to deafen you guys. Peach and lime decorate. Apply mascara. Computer says no. I'm not building it up too much because I'm going to put a lash on anyway. But I do like to put quite a lot on the lower lash line. So I'm just going to really wiggle that in. So while I'm waiting for my mascara to dry, I'm going to do a couple of finishing touches with the eyeshadow. So what I really like to do is I'm going to take my Melt Please blush. This is from the Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours 2 collection. Favourite blush ever, very pink, very intense, but I love it. So I'm just going to take, I have no idea what brush this is. It's from Beauty Bay. It's kind of like a dense concealer brush. Give that blush, kind of tap off the excess on my hand, and then just go over the very edge of the eyeshadow with the blush, just so everything blends in really, really nicely. I don't always do a blush with this look, so this step is kind of optional, but it's just what I want to do today, just to make sure everything Just looks super like cohesive and just like, sometimes I don't have words and I just go, so I hope you know what I mean by that. And then I'm going to take my blush brush as well and just make sure that everything is super blended. Because this is quite a cool toned pink, it works really well with the tones of purple in this eyeshadow. Like it all sort of like blends together and it almost turns a little bit purple on the edge here, right where I've laid down those other shadows. So last but not least, I'm going to take my Jolie Beauty Moonchild highlighter palette. Hopefully the shift of these picks up on camera. So I'm going to take the shade Moonchild, which has that sort of pink shift to it. So it kind of mirrors Alchemy, which was the liquid shadow that I used on my lid. I'm going to take, again, a big kind of like dense brush. And we're just going to add this to the brow bone as a brow bone highlight because I love a brow bone highlight. And then again, kind of over the edge of the shadow and just like onto the cheeks. And then what I love about these is they're just super versatile because although they're subtle, they're really impactful at the same time. Like you can't really see directly from the front, but as soon as you start to turn to the side, you get the most beautiful holographic shift ever. Go in with a lash like this that's quite wispy but still quite long. These are just a random Amazon multi-pack, so I'll definitely link those in the description. I'm gonna take my Melt lash glue. This is a latex-free lash glue and it's so good. I use this in my professional kit as well. So I'm just going to run that along the lash line, allow it to dry for about 30 seconds just so it goes tacky, because otherwise you're going to end up with a slip and slide all over your eyelid and then there's going to be glue everywhere, it's going to ruin the eyeshadow, it's going to be a hot mess and you're going to be pissed off. So make sure you let your lash glue dry. A tip that I have for applying lashes, you can either use your hands. If you've got long nails like me, you might want to grab some tweezers if you just find it easier. So I always hold them in the middle with the tweezers, get a mirror, put it right underneath your chin. It's not a very flattering angle, but trust me, it works. And then you can literally see where the lash is going and your eyes open, you can see exactly where to place it. I always stick the middle down first and then do the edges afterwards, just so it's got an anchor point. And then if I need to pinch it together with my fingers, I can do. So this is the eyeshadow all done. I'm just gonna go and do some finishing touches, do a quick lip combo, and then I will be back. And this is the makeup all done. I am obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. This is actually a makeup look that I will always come back to time and time again. It's a classic like Kate staple. I do this look on so many different people and yeah, I just think it's just so cool. It looks good close up, it looks good far away, which is thumbs up from me. I'll of course list all of the products in the description, including my base and lip products. If you are wondering how I did my base, I recently uploaded a video going all through that in depth, so please go check that out if you're interested. Well yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when I've posted, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! I don't know why I move my hands around so much. I'm so animated. Please stop. Stop.